It's been a couple years since you've been in sports. What's that process been like?
The big thing for me is that some days I look at this and wonder if I just wasted my time doing things in the business for the logo, for the university, for the sports team that, at the end of the day, just really didn't matter. And so I've kind of gotten to this existential part of my life that I just want to do things that matter. And I think that what I did and all that time I spent away from home, away from my family, and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours doing things for a brand, was that really worth it in the end? So I have to reconcile those feelings, not a ton, but every once in a while. I really do.
I had, for years and years and years, put my job as my number one priority
Right,
over family, over friends, personal
right,
relationships. It's hard to really look back on it now, knowing that I feel like I did a disservice to a lot of people in my life,
right.
all to
But you,
pursue this
yeah,
passion. It's an addiction, at least for me, to do something that you love day in and day out.
right,
And when you start taking a step back and realizing as you go higher up the chain, more of the politics at play and how you start potentially losing your love for certain aspects of the job, how certain things turn you into the person that you never wanted to be. I'm very self reflective on a lot of the good and the bad, on
right.
how I can get back to being the person that I feel like I am inside. And there were times where I was at the top of the industry,
Right.
and to go crashing down to rock bottom
Mm-hmm.
in some cases, at least for me internally, was extremely hard
Mm-hmm.
to cope with. I'm always going to have a love for working in sports. I think there'll come a time where it'll be on the table again. And
Right.
I'll look at it and figure out what's the best situation. But there's also a lot of emotional baggage
Mm-hmm.
that has taken a long time for me to reconcile, multiple therapists, to, to figure out where did it go wrong? Where did I let myself not become myself? And how can I repair those things?
When you had that rant about loyalty, that is a big deal to me. And it's a big deal to everybody who works 80 hours a week. Like we are being loyal to that department or brand or sports team. But the people who pull the triggers, like that just doesn't matter to them. Like you said, we're just a number on a spreadsheet. At the end of the day, like, I just want to be a good human. Treat me like a human. And people can't separate the human part from the work part. And I just don't understand that part. Have you had those feelings where you're like, screw you, right? Like, I gave my time to this place and, like, not a word gets said to me about, hey, thanks for doing that or whatever. I mean, I don't need that, but it would have been nice and it would have taken a 30-second phone call for that to happen. But a lot of times it just doesn't happen.